generally we're not going to do that as we practice this drill. As Dale goes through attacking me with the 10 angles, I'm just going to practice tapping the stick, and then he could put on a pair of gloves and I can actually practice the tapping the hand. So. Good. Dale, why don't you put on a pair of gloves and we'll practice that with the gloves. Okay, basically to increase, again, the use of the other hand, we just did the Espada Daga with the 10 angles. Now we're going to do a flow drill, and it's going to look roughly the same, except I'm going to get a little more practice with the blade part of it. So Dale, again, please, if you feed me 1 through 5. Alright, and you can see where the Seya that we practice comes in, for example in the redondo down to pick up the knife hand, or sometimes the 1 in the redondo to pick up the stick. Also I'm inserting, so we'll slow this up a little bit, here to catch, and I sometimes have this 4 strike that comes across that we practice in the Seya for the other hand. Okay, other times if you're saying doing a back fist strike, I may initially cut and right away hit the other hand and be ready to pick this one up, okay, as it comes. And let's say we get a 5 or a thrusting strike. Moving off the line, sometimes I don't have enough time to catch it on the first motion, so I have to, okay, make sure that I'm moving my feet and getting off line. Maybe I have to deflect the stick first and then go to the hand or try to cut the hand. Okay, one of the important things in using that Espada Daga drill, where I am practicing getting my knife out, okay, and using that, is to help build my live hand, or the use of my live hand. So if Dale is striking a 1 strike, I want to make sure that I'm getting out there to check that, okay, and then I can do whatever kind of follow-ups I like. The same on a number 2 strike. Okay, I want to make sure it's here, and then I can, again, follow up from there. 3, it's sort of like we have the structure, okay, from the Seya. We also have the structure of kind of a house, okay, as we're working through this. If we look at the idea of his strike coming into the side, a true brace block is not really going to be something that's going to try to completely stop the stick alone. All right, I would probably get hurt on this. More, I'm going to try to check his hand and keep his stick from whipping around to hit me in the head or the body or whatever he's targeted. And same on the other side. Okay, so if this is the structure of the house, the walls, 1 and 2, now when he goes to his overhead strike, we have kind of the roof motion. Okay, and the important thing here again is actually punching out to this, and punch is sometimes a bad word to use, but it's the best description I can think of right now, is punch out and deflect. And very important in deflecting this hand, a passive block done like this, ouch, okay? So I want to come out, make sure I deflect, be ready to, okay, whatever kind of strikes or follow-ups I want to use from there. Okay, and same on when he comes with this number 12, excuse me, number 10 again, okay, is getting into this position, and I'm in a chamber position ready to, once again, fire out, okay, my strikes. I could look at disarms, which exposes him, okay, hit the back of his head, his arm, things like that. So once again, the number 10 from the overhead, okay, I want to make sure that I punch out to it, deflect. I'm trying to hold the hand. Let's just turn this way. So I'm trying to get him in this position where I'm holding the thumb, ideally, all right, and if I can disarm from there, great, but I do have shots that I can follow up with. Notice I've kept my stick back away from him because I don't want him to get my stick. All right, once I've kind of softened him a little bit, I might be able to somehow disarm this one, okay, out, all right, and use some follow-ups from it. Okay, off of the number 10 strike, I can also go to the outside. So when Dale strikes that 10, punch up to meet it, get hold of the hand. Again, I can follow up with a myriad of strikes. And we're going to turn this way just so you can see basically that I'm getting the thumb incorporated in this. And again, I could fire off some more strikes. And as I do the disarm, a lot of times it works better because I have his thumb. Okay, but I'm not going to do that until I'm sure he's softened up. Okay, in other words, I don't want to extend my stick out where the possibility where he might grab it. One of the other things is to turn him if he has the stick. Okay, and it helps turn him away from me. And I managed to keep my stick back again for weapon retention. And now I still can, okay, fire out, okay, and possibly disarm, and then get some distance from him. Okay, and there's my Seya again, which I can use and just mix up a variety of different strikes into that. In the basic orange belt, remember that the motions that we're doing, the concepts of the Arnis translate to different items, like a flashlight, for example, called a surefire light. I shine that. It's very bright, okay, and it can disrupt the sight of someone who might have a weapon who's bigger than me. I also have just a pen, a nice steel pen that I can use to defend myself. The reason here is disparity of force. Not only is he bigger, stronger than I am, but he has a weapon as well. So I may have these on my person, okay, or make a habit of carrying these on my person, not only for just practical reasons, but for self-defense reasons, and demonstration how these could be used to defend yourself against somebody with a weapon, or even without a weapon who's just much bigger and stronger. So if Mike is attacking with some type of attack, I might come in, and again, basically, I could use these for hooking motions. All right, I could hook the arm to help in the takedown. I could drive this into the arm, all right, to help him release. All right, and then I can do my disarm and take away. All right. Another nice thing is with the flashlight is before he comes near me, I give him a shot with that light, and now I can either enter in and intercept his strike before he even gets a chance to do it. Maybe drive into the pec here, because I don't want to maybe cause serious damage to the neck. Drive into the pec, maybe come in with a sweep and takedown. Okay, and again, I'm in position maybe to drive into the arm, take this out, and as he starts getting back up, looking at me, okay, again, I can start flashing him with the light to disrupt his vision. Okay, now we're going to demonstrate just a little bit of the largo mano using the male triangle or footwork. And basically we're going to use a special stick for this that Mike is holding. So if Mike would extend this out. Normally this would represent where his hand would be. So we've taped a lot of tape on here and some padding. And he's holding back further than he normally would. Okay, our sticks are normally 28 inches long. This is probably 32. And just for safety, we've put the glove on him because my main thing with the largo mano is not to get close to him. Okay, he's a much bigger, much more powerful attacker than I am, and to defend myself against that, I would rather try to defang the snake and keep my distance from him. Okay, so we'll demonstrate this with, let's say, first a number 1 strike. Okay, a number 2 strike. Number 5. Okay, number 12. Number 12 again, please. Okay, let's just slow that up a little bit. I'm going to ask Mike to strike in slow motion. Let's start again with the number 1. Again, I'm aiming where his hand would normally be. Basically, the thing here is that he's aiming at my head. I want to remove my head and my body out of the way, and I'm aiming at his hand. Okay, so he can't touch my body. He could touch my hand, but the angle of his strike and the angle of my strike prevents him from doing that, and I hit. Okay, hopefully disarming on the first one, but if not, I come back and just keep working the hand, okay, whatever is out there. Number 2, same idea. I get back out of the way. Want to make sure I have a guard in place, and then I can keep working. Okay, we have redondo motions, which we'll be demonstrating, okay, and just keep working the hand. If he drops his stick and decides to close, again, okay, I have my largo mano motion where I just want to step back and keep firing out my strikes. Okay. On number 5, I'm getting to the outside, working back again, aiming at his hand. I can come back again and hit the hand, okay, a number of times, and we know if he charges forward, I'm going to probably use a motion to thrust or strike again at whatever comes forward. The main thing is I don't want to remain on the line, so when he does that, I get off the line, he drops the stick and he charges. Okay, I'm still thinking of moving off the line and using my largo mano technique, okay, and backing away from him. To the 12, if I go outside, again, I'm aiming for that hand, again, maybe that arm starting to back up, get some distance, okay, keep working the hand. If I end up inside, okay, same thing, aim at the hand. I might take out that other hand right away, okay, and just keep moving so that I get off the line and don't stay in front of him in case he decides to charge me. Okay, so that's practice with a special stick. Be very careful when you practice it because you don't want to really whack somebody's hand really hard. The nice thing about the rattan is it's forgiving, it won't break bone, but it will hurt a lot and you won't enjoy your practice. So put on safety equipment, okay, for the practice and use the proper gear. Okay, what they're demonstrating here is what's called rampida, which is an up and down striking motion. And basically Dale is following his knuckles, so he's turning his palm out to the right and then to the left. And it's to represent the sharp part of the blade, normally where he might be cutting or striking. Also, Dale is important to use his whole body when he does it, so he's using his legs, dropping his weight, and using his alive hand. He's practicing his checking motions. What we see here is called banda a banda, which is side-to-side striking. And same thing, notice Dale is moving his whole body. He's not planted in cement. He's using his footwork. He's letting his footwork do the work for him, actually. And he can hit with the last 3 inches of his stick. He can cut with the last 3 inches of a sword. Okay, or he can do a slicing motion to practice in close work or further away work, meaning largo or medio. As he practices, he can also put his alive hand in there. He can use his checking motion as well. Good. Or he can use it to support his stick on a strike. Okay, what we see here now is the figure 8 motion. I hope I get the pronunciation correct. Ocho, ocho means 8 side by side. Okay, and he's doing what's called upward figure 8. And he's doing the striking motion. He can do the cutting motion as well. Think of this much like when a boxer trains with the partner holds focus mitts. This is exactly the same idea. The partner holds the stick, and Dale's able to make contact and practice his striking motion. All right, here we see the downward figure 8. Again, he's using his footwork. This time he's using his left hand. So remember, we want to become ambidextrous. All these drills should be done right and left-handed so that you develop the stick work or the weapon work with the right and left hand. And he wants to develop his alive hand as well, so he can use his other hand, his right hand, to check with, which before he was using his left hand to check with. Okay, so once again, downward figure 8, drawing 2 circles on each side. Okay, whether it's striking with the last 3 inches or cutting and slicing, that's the motion that he wants to practice with this drill. All right, another single stick technique that we can use is called abanico, and it means a fanning motion. And there's a number of different ways to practice it. I'm going to start with Dale first. Just static. He's going to hold a target for me.